Good afternoon, class. My name is Joe Eddy, and I'm here to talk to you about, first of all, what I understood about theology, what's my current definition about theology, and what is my theology as of today. Now, how I understood theology myself. Growing up in a pastoral family, I always thought that theology had a lot to do with becoming a pastor. Because based on what I've seen myself growing up, if you want to become a pastor, you had to go to a seminary school. And this is the reason why every time that I hear somebody saying that I am going to a seminary school, I always thought that a seminary school had a lot to do with somebody who had a calling, and or somebody who aspired to become a pastor, or somebody who aspires to become a minister. Now, so this understanding led me to understand, to really deny the calling of God in my life. Because as I was getting really at the age of I think 20, 21, I started preaching. And as so many people, they were really blessed with my sermons and the way that they saw me taking care of members of the church. I had a passion for souls. And my parents, I remember my father, who is a pastor, he came to me and said, "Joe, I feel that you have the calling to become a pastor." I denied it because I didn't really want to be a minister, somebody who is behind the pulpit every single Sunday morning, preaching, not only preaching, but every week, every day, every minute, every second. You have to, everything that you do has to be connected with you have to be shepherd for those people. Now, but on the other side, as I was preaching, and people used to be blessed with my sermons, I always wanted to further my understanding, to learn a little bit more about the Bible, about God, and stuff like that. But every time the option of going to seminary school in order to learn the Bible came in my mind, I always rejected it because I didn't like to go to the seminary school due to the fact that I was avoiding to become pastor of a church. Now, my second understanding of theology was that you will just go to class and they will just start with the professor will just start with Genesis chapter 1 and verse by verse, and he will just go to Genesis chapter 2, and through for the 4 year in a seminary, you would just learn about the books in the Bible. That's what I thought. But during the first 6 weeks in this seminary, Bible seminary school, I understand theology very much different. I understand that theology is a study of God. It is a study of God. It is mostly about what God is actually doing in His Word. This is not my word. This is not anybody's word. It is His Word. Now, whatever you see happening in this world, in your environment, is because that God has an agenda. He is near. Anything that you see happening in this world, God is near. God is near because of God is everywhere. That's the reason why we call God omnipotent. Now, that this understanding really helped me to really understand that we need to study God in the context. You know, I'm so see what God is doing in this context. My theology myself is a theology of liberation, liberation. Because I understand that since that I am from Haiti, and so many people, they are really poor, you know. So and I finally realized that the way that we used to understand theology before, the way that we used to preachers used to preach in Haiti is totally different. And this is the reason why we got this reality. Now, as a matter of fact, I just want to, my theology is that we need to, with the Word of God, explain to the people that we don't have to live a poor life. Because God is great, God is rich, yes. And as children of God, yes. We can also be, so we can also look like God. Thank you so much. That's my theology.